This is a huge spoiler alert. Do not watch this part if you don't want the game to be spoiled. You can't actually fail this boss fight because it's part of the story, and therefore the game won't allow you to fail it because you wouldn't be able to progress. But what's interesting is you play as the boss and you try to kill yourself. Now this has to do with the complex and intriguing storyline that this game has, but I'm not going to get into that. Essentially, all you have to do is you try to kill yourself until this story sequence is over, and then you can continue playing the game. This is probably the most execution-heavy boss that you will have encountered this far in the game. Its weak point is its mouth, and the only time you can shoot it is when its mouth is open. The boss produces two opportunities to shoot its weak spot, and one is when it releases those flies, and the other is when it shoots out projectiles from its mouth. The best way to tackle this boss, in my opinion, is to be patient and time your shots for when it actually does shoots the projectiles from its mouth. Or you can get it a little bit more risky and also try to score some hits in when it leans back and releases the flies from its body. Other than that, this is a pretty straightforward boss fight. Patience, in my opinion, is the key to this fight. This is a heavy RNG based boss fight. However, there are opportunities for you to control the boss's AI or to control its bullet patterns, which you will see a little bit later in this fight. Unfortunately, this is a pretty sloppy video for me to be showing on how to do this fight, but I think that you will get the gist of it at the part where I do show you how to actually control its AI. The essence of this boss fight is to create a counterclockwise loop jump and attack the boss at the peak of its height while dodging its bullets. As you can see, I'm able to successfully control its bullet patterns and dodge them while attacking it at the peak of my jump. If you can employ that strategy, then you should be able to beat this boss pretty easily. However, it's pretty execution heavy, and so it requires some dexterity and skill, and it might not go as smoothly as possible. The reason that you see me dashing in the corner here is because the dash actually provides you some frames of invincibility, so you can actually time the dash to dodge the bullet if it comes towards you. This is a completely optional boss fight. You don't need to do it at all. Actually, if you want, you can just go through the blue door and skip it altogether. But if you do want to kill this boss, the method that I use here in this video is pretty easy and pretty safe. I use this specific weapon, and then as I attack, I also dash through the boss. The dash does give you invincibility, so the boss's body won't actually do damage to you as you're dashing through it. And the dash also provides an extra hit. So what you do is at the peak of your jump, as you attack, you also dash at almost at the same time to avoid being hit, and then you get 2 hits in 1 jump, and that's basically the boss fight. Obviously, spoiler alert here, this is the last boss. I found this boss to be pretty RNG heavy. I don't really know what the optimal way is to take out this boss, but the way I did it is I focused on its weak spot and then also killed these drones that fly around and shoot out the lasers. I'm not sure if there's an ideal way to actually dodge all the drones. I think the boss fight is intended for you to actually get hit and to periodically kill the drones, because what the drones do is they do drop health, and so it allows you to rejuvenate during the fight and to continue to try to shoot its weak point. If there's a way to consistently dodge these drones and to take out this boss more easily without this heavy RNG factor, leave a comment and let me know how you did it. But this is the way I actually did the fight. You have to do 3 iterations of destroying its weak point until the boss fight is actually over. And then the drones do change their attack pattern, but that doesn't matter too much. I still used the same method. I killed the drones when I could, when they came down to my level, and then when they weren't there, I just continuously fired up at the weak spot. If you reach the point in the fight where you're getting low on health, what you can do is you can shift the focus of attack on the drones, because the drones have a chance of dropping a huge life pool, and if you switch your focus and you kill off a lot of drones, you'll have the opportunity to refill your health up pretty quickly. Well, that's basically all the bosses on hard difficulty. I hope that helped you if you had any troubles with any of the bosses. And if you guys found better and easier ways to kill some of these bosses, post in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.